Hi girlies and welcome back. This video is going to be about Sex in the City, what our favorite character says about us, and the phases that we travel and flow through on the journey of being a woman in today's society. I love to think about this. I have to say I think my favorite is Charlotte. But right now, I'm currently finding myself in a very Miranda coded and Samantha coded era. I've also been so much like Carrie, and it's funny to see in the world around me how my friends and the female characters in my life, what kind of phase they're in and what energy they're embodying. I think it's a perfect description of the energies and the phases that women go through throughout our journey, and I think it's just kind of like a fun, kind of like a BuzzFeed quiz kind of thing to talk about and to ponder on. So I thought I would discuss this with you guys on today's video. So what if I told you that Sex in the City isn't just about four characters, but about our four phases of womanhood? The romantic chaos of Carrie, the unapologetic freedom of Samantha, the traditional heart of Charlotte, and the grounded power of Miranda, all living inside of us at different times, and some intertwining with each other in the moments that we need them the most. So let's talk about the versions of you that they each represent. This isn't about which one of them you are or relate to the most, kind of like the character you're picking, choose your fighter, but kind of a which one of them are you embodying right now in this current moment of your life, alongside all of your personal and beautiful characteristics. In our 20s, 30s, 40s, we ebb and flow and move through so many different seasons that in each season, the embodiment of a different energy is more precise and more needed, and can align us with what we truly desire and need for that current stage and that different season. We have the dreamy seeker, the wild, self-possessed woman, the traditional heart, and the grounded achiever. And sometimes we're all four of them in 1 week. So grab your tea, your journal, your glass of wine, your cosmopolitan, whatever you may desire, and let's talk about this. Honoring every stage and phase of womanhood that those amazing characters and women are mirroring back to us. I really wanted to look really cute and flawless for this video because I admire their fashion and their vibe so much. But my hair is not really collaborating, but I do know that there's some phases and some stages in the series that the girl's hair is kind of wild and everything. So I guess today this is what I'm showing up as, the best that I can do, and good enough I hope for you guys and for me. Okay, section 1. Carrie, romantic seeker. Carrie is the version of us that is obsessed with meaning. The girl who asks, "What does this text mean?" and that will replay a date in her head 20 times over. This section, in the past few years, have been very Charlotte coded and a very intense Charlotte phase. Now I think I'm moving into more of a Samantha Miranda, like I told you guys, but my best friend actually commented with me. She's like, "Oh my god, like you're so Charlotte and whatever," but it's funny to see Carrie when she's writing her blog. It's so like you. And this is so funny to me because I am so like this. I guess layers. I always like to joke that I'm like an onion, and each layer is a different Sex and the City character, apparently. So this phase looks like writing an entire love story after one day, confusing intensity with compatibility, believing that if we find the one, everything will fall into place, turning our pain into poetry. Carrie shows the phase where we built our identity around love and relationships. We're still learning the difference between romantic love, chaos, and emotional safety. Some reflective questions for this phase. Am I more attached to the relationship or the story that I've created and fantasized in my head about it? Am I romanticizing red flags because of the fear of being alone? This phase is sacred because it teaches us to believe in love and to fall in love with all of its possibilities. But eventually, we realize that love isn't meant to be a constant storm. It's supposed to be a safe haven that makes us feel secure and safe. Into section 2, Little Miss Samantha. The energy that I think, I don't know, I think it might be more Miranda right now, but I'm feeling internally a lot like Samantha. It's empowering me a lot to enter this next phase of my journey. I actually might be more Samantha. Samantha is the phase where we wake up, desire to put ourselves first above anyone else, always. The self-owned goddess phase. This movie is about me, and I will honor my role as the main character of this story. In this phase, we realize that our body, our pleasure, our independence, and our success belong to us, and we are capable of making it happen. In this phase, we don't apologize for taking up space. We honor our voice, our capacities, and our abilities as a human being in today's world. Knowing that we can love someone deeply and still decide to walk away if we're abandoning ourselves or if our standards aren't being met. When Samantha says, "I love you, but I love me more," she embodies the moment a woman realizes, I am the main character in my life and not a supporting character in a man's story. Some reflective questions for this phase are, where am I shrinking myself to fit into places where I don't belong? And why am I dimming my light to not shine too bright in other people's eyes? If they can't handle the light, then maybe they should wear sunglasses. Okay, so the next phase is Charlotte and the traditional heart. Charlotte is a version of us that still believes in a fairy tale love, a prince charming, and the white picket fence. This phase looks like dreaming about the perfect family with the kids, the house, the safety, the structure, believing in soulmates, twin flames, divine timing, and when you know, and finding deep joy in commitments and security, family, ritual, and beauty. But Charlotte has also experienced heartbreak when the fairy tale love doesn't match with the fairy tale. When the perfect husband isn't perfect, when the perfect plans don't work out. He has to rewrite what happily ever after means and find the happy ending to her story. A few reflective questions for this phase are these dreams and traditions my own, or have they been passed down to me from relationships, family members, or even from society? And can I allow my life to look different from the timeline that I expected it to happen on and still see its beauty? This phase teaches us that softness is strength, and that love can be traditional and authentic, and that our Prince Charming might come different than we expected. But what matters is the happiness we feel inside and not anything else. Section 4, the grounded achiever, or Miranda. Miranda is the version of us that refuses to dim our intelligence or ambition. This phase looks like prioritizing ourselves, our goals, our ambitions, our dreams, our careers, education, stability, and autonomy. It also embodies being hyper independent because you've realized that depending on others can be risky. Rolling your eyes at romance until it sneaks back and melts your little heart. Miranda embodies the woman that says, I don't need anybody, and then slowly softens into, I can be powerful and still need love, support, and rest. Reflection questions for this stage are, where am I using my independence as an armor because I'm scared to be vulnerable? What would it look like to be both ambitious and emotionally open? She embodies the phase where we integrate strength and softness, logic and feeling, work and love. Okay, lovelies, the video is coming to an end. I would love to know which one you relate to the most at this current time, and which one of them is your favorite, if you've identified any people in your life and the women that are closest to you in any of these phases. If you'd like to repeat after me just to close this video out with intention, I am allowed to evolve. I am allowed to outgrow the past versions of myself. Every phase of my womanhood is worthy, sacred, and beautiful. You're not just Carrie, Samantha, Charlotte, or Miranda. You are a living, breathing cycle of all of them. Dreaming, rebelling, nurturing, and achieving. So tell me down below in the comments which one you relate to most at this time and how the energy that you're embodying is helping you achieve your dreams. I love you, and I'm working on honoring every version of myself, and I would recommend that for every single woman out there. I love you. I'll see you soon. If you enjoyed this video, I'm planning on making lots more like this, so don't forget to like and subscribe and stick around. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.